Parents and disability advocates say they're disappointed the government's overhaul of funded family care doesn't go far enough to fix some of the most critical problems in the system. The changes have been in the works for some time, and more details about when they will come into effect were announced yesterday. Among them, family members looking after disabled loved ones will be paid more from mid-April, and carer eligibility is being expanded so spouses and partners and younger family members can be paid for the work they do. But the assessment process, which calculates how many hours they are paid for, remains untouched. Our reporter Sarah Robson has more.
Lawyer Paul Dale QC has represented a number of parents seeking a fairer deal for the work they do caring for their disabled children. He says while the reforms are a step in the right direction, some families will be no better off if changes aren't made to the assessment process, which is used to work out how many hours a week carers will be paid for.
They work through a chart which has things like the number of hours or number of minutes spent going to the bathroom and toileting and hygiene and meal preparation and feeding and so forth.
In a case Paul Dale is working on at the moment, that assessment has calculated that a family carer will be paid for 15 hours work a week.
I've met the particular boy involved, and the notion that he could be cared for 15 hours in a week is just absurd.
Paul Dale says while some changes are better than no changes, families caring for high-needs disabled loved ones are doing it tough.
Those that are blessed with a healthy family don't understand, I think, how onerous it is. But it's tough. It really is not something that should be measured as a matter of minutes and hours and the kind of artificial approach that's being adopted.
Peter Humphreys cares for his 31-year-old daughter full-time, and he says a tick-box exercise really doesn't represent the amount of work many carers do. He says the assessment process can also throw up inconsistencies.
Such a variation in assessments throughout the country. There's no uniform, doesn't seem to be a uniform assessment system or allocation system.
The Disability Rights Commissioner, Paula Tesoriero, says families of disabled people complain that the assessment process is too complex.
I'd like to see the assessment process itself be much easier for disabled people and their families to navigate.
But Paula Tesoriero acknowledges the government's changes to pay and carer eligibility are a positive step, but it would be better if they could be implemented much sooner.
Families, disabled people and advocates have been pushing for these changes for a number of years. There has been work going on steadily in the last couple of years to get to this point.
And Paula Tesoriero hopes the necessary law changes will be pushed through before the end of this parliamentary term. Mō te hōtaka o te ahi, ko Sarah Robson, aho.